Facing accusations of incompetence from both the opposition and relatives of Britons stranded in Libya, the Prime Minister, David Cameron, today apologised for the government's handling of the evacuation mission. As well as the HMS Cumberland in Benghazi, 3 flights have left for Tripoli today, but a number of Britons remain trapped in desert camps. Our political correspondent Cathy Newman reports now on a day of embarrassment for the coalition.
Refugees from a revolution, hundreds of Britons are now arriving home from Libya on specially chartered planes. They're relieved to be back, but angry with the government for failing to do more to help.
It was really just a case of checking the internet when I was working to see if you could get an email saying that there was something, or checking the SEO website. And it was actually just an email I got from my daughter yesterday morning saying, get your backside to the airport now.
We were on our own. It felt as if we were on our own. It didn't feel as like we were on our own. We were on our own. And you know, it was up to ourselves really to get out of there.
We had to leave. At least 200 expatriates outside the airport yesterday. They could not get onto the plane that we've just come through on. They couldn't get through the sea of people. We've had stampedes, we've had rain, we've had the most unbelievable conditions. There's no communication.
And here's the chaos they left behind in Tripoli. The government had been relying on commercial airlines to transport British expats home, but those flights were cancelled yesterday. Oil workers stranded in the desert say they've been abandoned.
Everybody here wants that one question answered. When and how are you getting us out of here?
Turkey started evacuating thousands of its citizens almost a week ago. But the government here says it hasn't been slow, it's just been let down by the aviation industry. One of the Foreign Secretary's colleagues said they'd never seen him so furious. A senior official here at the Foreign Office told me there'd been an astonishing failure to deliver by the company which provides the government with charter flights. Ministers had been promised 2 planes yesterday, one from Gatwick and one from Malta. But within a few hours they were flabbergasted to learn that the one in Malta had a problem with its insurance, while the one in Gatwick had developed a technical fault. Air Partner provided the government with the Gatwick flight, but says the Malta plane was pledged by a different company. It added, everyone here is doing everything we can to get people home in extremely challenging circumstances.
It's not simply that there were technical difficulties with a plane yesterday that sat on the tarmac at Gatwick for 10 hours. There were a series of ministerial misjudgments at the beginning of the week, which I'm afraid means that the French, the Austrians, the Turks, the Americans were able to get to their people more quickly and be able to secure safe passage for their nationals out of Libya.
Ministers are now desperate to prove they're in control, holding a meeting of the Cobra Emergency Committee this morning. But the opposition says it's too little too late. Channel 4 News has learned that the government only placed a firm order for a charter flight at 9:30 yesterday morning. With David Cameron on tour in the Middle East, the government's being accused of a lack of leadership. He's convened a special meeting of the National Security Council when he returns tomorrow, and he's summoned his deputy back from holiday to attend too. Today, the Prime Minister apologised for his response to the crisis.
Look, I want us to do better. I've been on the case of this. We ordered HMS Cumberland to sail towards Benghazi 2 days ago. I've been on the case of this. We clearly had some technical problems and some issues. That is not an excuse. That is just a fact. But clearly, we need to get people home. Then we need to learn the lessons.
The Foreign Office believes around 820 Brits were in Libya when the violence began. A charter flight laid on by oil giant BP arrived in Gatwick from Tripoli this morning, but it was less than half full with just 79 passengers, not all British, on board. Another plane stranded for 10 hours yesterday has evacuated 132 adults. It's still on its way home. A Hercules C-130, a military aircraft, has also left Tripoli for Malta, carrying 51 Brits and a dog. Others have made their own way out of the country on foreign planes and ferries, but it's thought many remain, including 170 oil workers in remote desert camps. One of those planes is en route from Malta and is due to land within the hour. The government remains most concerned, though, about how to rescue those workers marooned in the desert. One cabinet minister broke with convention to confirm that the SAS were ready to spring into action. Whitehall is determined to show that a rapid response is now underway.